Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about one dinosaur specifically. There's one particular Velociraptor from the 2011 Telltale story that is a noticeable cut above the rest. This dinosaur was the pack leader of the second raptor pride on Isla Nublar, and its dedication to hunting down human prey gave us some pretty iconic scenes for that unique adventure. Although nowhere near as famous as any of the other Velociraptors in the franchise, this video game-based animal deserves its own dedicated video in order to tell its story completely. Imported from Isla Sorna to replace the other raptors that the big one had killed, this is everything we currently know about the Scarred Raptor. The origins of this individual Velociraptor are similar to those of its packmates. In Dr. Laura Sorkin's journal, she writes that Hammond ordered this new shipment of raptors from Site B despite Sorkin's continued protest. Once on the island, the dinosaurs were taken to the southern quarantine pens, where they would unfortunately break out. After the raptors escaped, they quickly began to attack a wounded parasaur and stalked what little humans were left on Nublar. Eventually, a mercenary by the name of Oscar Morales would surprise the raptor's pack leader and use his large knife to slash a deep cut across the animal's face, destroying one of its eyes and giving it its noteworthy scar. After this takes place, the Scarred Raptor would develop a certain level of hatred for the man that cut it across the eye, and after a quick trip to the geothermal power plant, the dinosaur would begin to stalk about the lava-filled corridors for any humans that it could make a quick meal of. Now, it's during this portion of the story that Oscar Morales decides to climb down from the safety of the human's hiding place in order to access the control panel and reopen the doors for everyone to escape. Unfortunately, it doesn't take too long for the Scarred Raptor to cut him off, which leads into one of the most intense fight scenes between man and dinosaur in the entire series. After most of the other raptors miss their intended target, Oscar makes a run for the controls in order to save the others, but it's at this very moment that the Scarred Raptor makes its move, and after jumping on the man's back, the animal begins to pin the mercenary down on his chest. Unlike other kills that we see if the player fails in pressing any buttons earlier in the story, this Scarred Raptor takes its time in killing Oscar, methodically slashing its sickle claw down the man's back, and even barking orders for its subordinates to stand down while it kills the man by itself. This behavior is no doubt exhibited due to the dinosaur having a personal vendetta against this particular man, something that many people have speculated the big one to have had in the first movie in relation to Robert Muldoon. Had Oscar not taken the animal's eye, he would have been prey that was no different than anyone else, but because he'd attacked and scarred the Velociraptor in such a surprising manner, the animal took pleasure in killing this enemy in a way that could easily be called revenge. Surprisingly, this is actually the very last time we see the Scarred Raptor in the entire Jurassic Park franchise, meaning that if this game's events are meant to be taken as serious canon, then it's very likely that the animal did indeed survive. At the end of the game, and in relation to other source material in the Jurassic universe, there's nothing to explicitly state that this dinosaur died at any given point in time after the story's events play out. The napalm bombing of Nublar never took place, and no adult raptor carcasses were found during the InGen cleanup from '94. Some have speculated that the Scarred Raptor and its two remaining subordinates may in fact have still been roaming the island long after Masrani had come back in order to create Jurassic World, with the initial teaser poster for the fourth film in the series being their main source of inspiration for that idea. Even if this was true, and the Scarred Raptor did manage to live on the island for a couple of decades after the Telltale game took place, there's no way it would have survived the eruption of Mount Sibo in 2018. And all of that being said, I'd love to start some conversations about this animal with you guys. Do any of you personally believe that the Scarred Raptor is canon to the film universe? Do you believe it survived on the island up until the fall of Jurassic World? And do you think we could ever get a chance of seeing it again in any news source of Jurassic media? Personally, I do think it probably existed in 1993, but I don't know how much longer it would have lived on the island when it had to watch out for the always hunting Tyrannosaur. I just have a feeling she would have been eaten pretty quick. But hey, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear all of them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It really means the world to me that all of you continue to watch my videos, and I never want any of you to forget that. Now, I'd like to thank all of you for watching today's video, and hope you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like, and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. See you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.